Hot take. I hate safety tools. Okay, maybe I don't hate safety tools, but let me explain. See, I was poking around YouTube looking for a video looking at Notions because I love Notions and it's an awesome program, and I wanted to see what other DMs were doing with it, and I stumbled across one video in particular. So I found this one video and I started playing it, and it started to look really, really good. This person clearly has played with the program, had a very more visually appealing setup than mine, although I would argue slightly less functional, but to each their own. And they started off the tutorial, the very beginning of the video, with the top thing, which was a page called Safety Questions, aka Safety Tools. And they said to their viewers, quote, "If you're thinking, I don't need safety questions, get out right now. I don't even want you to watch this video." So that's exactly what I did. And then I went back to check that I had that quote right, and I found that said creator had Notion reach out to them and showcase their channel on Notion's page. And I thought, while this creator has a lovely Notions page and I'm sure is very talented and created, I have to call out the fact that they essentially just told me if I don't play D&D the way they do to bugger off. So that got me pretty upset. So I wanted to make this video to address a couple of things that actually kind of bothered me and just put my voice into my little small corner of the internet about this, because to me it's kind of important. So point 1, pay attention to who you get advice from. Keep an open mind and try to lean towards more neutral D&D advice if you can. Divisive statements like, "If you don't play this way or with this one tool, I don't even want you in my video," means you should leave that video and maybe that channel, at least their D&D advice. Point 2, you can 100% play D&D without safety questions or safety tools. And the assertion insinuating you're a shite DM without it is frankly bullshit. Side note, there are plenty of other things that can make you a terrible DM that has nothing to do with safety tools. Point 3, I'm not saying safety tools are bad. Clearly, there's a reason they're so often recommended. What I'm saying is, don't feel guilty for not using them. Or basically, you can play fine without them. Don't feel bad, don't feel like you have to. There's nothing in D&D you have to do. It's between you and your players. Every table is different. Every game is different. And even the makers of the game say that the rules are there to help you. They are not hard and fast. They are not set in stone. Point 4, context really matters. And if you give advice to people on the internet, you should at least consider it. If you're DMing for total strangers, well, yeah, safety tools are probably great. It's probably nice to have a whole toolkit of things that you can have to help you integrate and play and be safe and fair with everybody if you're dealing with people you've never met. Or certain groups or situations may benefit from them. If you've been playing with the same group for years with extended campaigns successfully without safety tools, then no, you don't suddenly need them out of the blue. So my 5th point, and probably my biggest point so far, is PG-13. It's not complicated. So a lot of the things that said tools are designed to do or protect against can just be avoided by just sticking to PG-13 core until the group discusses what they are with. Like, if you're in a random group of people and they're like, "Let's play D&D," and you just whip that stuff out of nowhere, just keep it PG-13. Just do that. Just because it doesn't have R-rated content doesn't mean it can't be good. Also, a good session 0 or pre-session chat can tackle all of this stuff. Side note, when I invite someone to come play D&D with me and I'm DMing, I straight up tell them on the spot, I have a very creative, wacky, non-serious play style. We're here to have a good time. We don't play serious or with R-rated stuff. That's just not my style, and we play 5e. Does that sound like a good time? I mean, no, actually, that's what I say to them. There was a time when I was working in a retail store and I had a gentleman notice a D20 on my phone home screen while I was helping him out. He asked me if I play. I said, not only do I play, I'm seriously looking for players right now. And he said, oh, that's wonderful. Can I play? And I mean, this is someone who literally just walked into my store, a complete stranger. And so the first thing I did was tell him that exact thing. Like, before I say even yes to the question of, can you come play with us? Here's my DM style. Because I have already come across people who are hardcore gamers, people who are min-maxers, people who are power gamers, people who don't like 5e. I had already met those individuals, and I wanted to just screen before I play with this person. We ended up playing for a few sessions. It didn't last forever, but we still had some fun out of it. But yeah, just literally that mini interview them right there before even telling them the playtime. Why? Because why not? It saves us both potential headaches. And if I'm immediately upfront about my style skill level, then, and the skill level of my other players, I just saved everybody a ton of headaches. It's not hard. In fact, the inverse version of that would be maybe something along the lines of, hey, just so you know, we play very serious, immersive games, often with R-rated content. It can get heavy, possibly disturbing. Does that sound okay with you? I mean, it is not and should not be rocket science to just be upfront with your style, and your DM style helps sets the tone at the table. If other players are going down rabbit holes and you have already discussed the above, just end the scene, just fade to black. If D&D is a Hollywood movie and you are the director, you are the editor, you get to say cut. I would also challenge the players to be a little bit upfront about things, especially if they have a strong disposition about something. If you have something that you feel so strongly about that you would be so offended by that it could wreck your game, definitely make sure to tell your DM that. I mean, let's just be mature adults about this, right? I feel like half the D&D advice that I see out there boils down to just be a mature adult, communicate. Look, I'm not bashing the concept of safety tools or doing more in your game, especially if you're in a new group or such. There's nothing wrong about it at all. Heck, maybe I'd learn something from it by at least listening to it and considering it. I'm always trying to learn as a DM and grow. That's not the issue. The issue is bearing down on other people for not playing with your tools or techniques, for not playing your way. D&D never was and never should be like that. I have DM'd for 15 years, and I have one group that's been with me a long, long time, another group that was with me for 5 years. Trust me, you can play and have lots of fun without safety tools.